Outside your walls, your towering gates, I stand here staring, glaring back at what once kept me safe. Your district's tainted with the blood we spilled. Gosh, look at me now. Unbrushed hair, scruffy beard, and dangling rags. How long has it been again? You know, since I was... Your dim-lit halls and narrow corridors, where we'd hang streamers and lanterns during Ramadan, pin our best artworks to bring light to our hours and hours of relentless study, scores for Naplan needing to break the roof. You never were satisfied with us, begging for more, 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 more. But did you ever wonder what we had in store? Ever think about the kids who marched into these halls with bigger dreams than having their pictures on your walls, standing tall for being more than just your product from your district? No wonder you didn't hesitate to. Your concrete playground wasn't always so grey. We colored the place with our camaraderie. One day being lions, the next pirates, then after that we'd be heroes. We hold on to the gold of our memories, something your embellished gates could never replace. For as the I too once knew what it was like in your districts, before you went ahead and waged our war. You tried hammering me into place, but did you forget who would walk around with your rule book, sticking to the regulations of your district, acting as the enforcer of its laws? But that was it, wasn't it? It was an act, a play, a role so easily replaced. You never saw what value I held on stage, rather the profit I gave on page. You used my voice only to pick out the wrongdoers, never to acknowledge the art I had to share. You were mortified, baffled when you heard me roar. Who was I to point out when you were out of line? So instead of poetry slams, you slammed me into slammers, unable to share my turn of phrase, but rather be fixed for my twisted ways. But what you did next never made it to the page, the files and records you kept. You exiled me, removed me from the districts I grew up in. You titled me the Exiled so I wouldn't be able to stand in new towns, new areas without being perceived as a menace, a disgrace, a monster. You exiled me from your districts where I learned to honor and value one another, to then be placed in slums where they hide behind pornographic lines, claiming it grotesque imagery as it robs femininity. You exiled me to the point where I have to hide my dean, for I am no longer in your districts, free to enjoin the good and forbid the evil and embrace Islam. No, instead, I must hide, be silent, be secularized. No, you don't see any of the repercussions your verdict has had on me. So watch me, watch me, watch me. Watch what I do now that I'm long gone from you and your districts, and left to me, the exiled.